Hi, I'm McKinney, Advocacy Director of Voices for Georgia's Children, and I want to welcome you to my 2-minute-ish take. We are here at the state capitol. It is sort of casual Friday because nobody's here because they are in adjournment for the day. They'll be back on Monday. This week, most of the action happened in here in room 341. It's where all the budget hearings were with the joint appropriations committees, listening to commissioners and agency heads talk about their budget requests. So the Joint Appropriations Committee is the committee that decides how we spend money for the state. So it looks at all of the agencies and how much they spend every year, and they decide what they're going to spend in 2016. Or they look at the budget that we're currently spending and decide what we missed and if we need to throw a little bit more cash in there to make stuff work. Joint means that the House and the Senate committees come together for a while, but then they will, after they've looked at everything together, then they will go apart and dig deeper into the budgets and make some decisions. It's a sometimes grueling process, but the budget is the only bill that the General Assembly is required to pass every year. On Thursday, the governor came in and kind of wrapped everything up.
We are already leading the nation in meaningful criminal justice reform. And by meaningful, I'm talking about things that work. Things that change the dynamic and the trajectory of this proverbial revolving door. With your help, we have come a long way.
One of the more exciting things for me was listening to the Commissioner of the Department of Corrections, the Adult Corrections System, Commissioner Brian Owens. One of the things that he said that I thought was really interesting when he was talking about how exciting it is to help folks in who are incarcerated under corrections get GEDs and high school diplomas, and using this new charter school plan and staffing up to help those folks get their degrees, is that 2,800 folks in the Department of Corrections are under the age of 22, which is really a child population. So the work that they're doing around all of these supports is quite remarkable and probably first in the nation or close to first. It's really exciting for us. Just to get you caught up, the Criminal Justice Reform Council kind of got kicked off at the beginning of the governor's last term. It was sort of put together with a lot of subject matter experts and legislators and judges and things like that to look at our criminal justice system, because there's a whole nother psychology behind it where we are looking at offenders in the adult and juvenile justice system in a whole different kind of more human way, trying to get at the root of what caused them to offend in the first place and see how we can address those problems. That's sort of the nutshell of it. The Criminal Justice Reform Council is still going, looking at reentry for adult offenders and for juveniles. They're going to come out with their recommendations in a couple of weeks. We thought it was going to be sooner, but the recs are still getting worked on. And we're looking forward to that because so far, in the last few years, they've been doing awesome work. So just stay tuned and we'll keep you up to date. My ask for you this week is to go and figure out who your state senator is and who your state representative is from your district. Andrea's going to flash a little thing on our screen showing you how to do that and what website to go to, but it's really, really important to know who those people are because they're representing you. So that's kind of the big stuff that happened this week. Not a lot of bills were dropped because everybody was just waiting on the budget hearing, so next week it will be an onslaught. We'll just be covered up in legislation, so next week my update will probably be more interesting. But in the meantime, look for our legislative update online where you actually get real details as opposed to just the fluff that we do here. And I will talk to you next week. Signing off for the 2-minute-ish take. See you next week.